All right, my friends, a good treat today. We head up to Monarch Mountain where we are joined by their general manager here today. Chris Haggerty is in his office. And Chris, it's snowing outside today in Monarch, which I know is always good news.
You better believe it. It is always welcomed, and this year certainly adds a little touch to an added level of excitement for snow.
Yeah, let's talk about some new terrain that you guys have. You opened it up, I don't know what it was, maybe a month ago now, maybe not that yet, but I'm talking about No Name Basin. And it's on the other side of the Continental Divide from the rest of Monarch. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we're just closing in on a month of that terrain being open. Like you mentioned, top of the Continental Divide. We're now skiing both sides, so that's where the oceans begin, right? The Atlantic and Pacific. So to be able to ski and ride on both sides, really unique, really cool experience. We added about 50% increase in terrain back there. It's There's intermediate trails, there's advanced trails, there's tree skiing, there's some hike to terrain. It's got some amazing views out off the western slope.
Mhm.
It's really an incredible piece of terrain for us.
And it's been a long time coming. Tell me about how that journey works because it's a process to open up new terrain.
Yeah, back in the early 2000s was like the first moment that one of our previous GMs kind of had the vision of, hey, we should expand back here at some point. And fast forward a little bit, in 2011, we submitted it in our master development plan to the U.S. Forest Service. Um, at that point, they um, accepted the thought of the expansion, and then the real work begins with specialists and studies being done. Wetlands, wildlife, you name it, all sorts of natural resources, making sure that we're being good stewards of the land, expanding really in a sustainable, mindful way, and protecting that natural feel.
Right.
So, basically from 2011 up until um, summer of 2024, it's a lot of administrative stuff. And then the final two summers, the 2024 summer and then this past summer, is where it was like the boots on the ground, cutting in the trails, installing the lift, and really kind of the stuff that the public sees. Um, so 25-year process to make this happen, and just couldn't be happier to see it all come together.
Yeah, it's awesome. Do you notice a difference in the snow at all? Being, I mean, the whole mountain's kind of right up there on the Continental Divide, but is there any difference between one side and the other?
It really depends on the wind,
Hmm.
right? And the wind direction and how it fills in.
Sure.
Um, we're really happy that No Name opened this year, but I'll also say it hasn't been the best or most favorable winds this year to load
Right.
that side, particularly on the trails. The trees are filling in great, because they act as windbreaks and they hold the snow in
Right.
there. So it kind of just is, if we get an upslope storm and the wind direction is favorable for No Name, it's going to fill in there. We just haven't seen one of those storms yet this year. So I do say if you're going to go back there, the trees are the move this year.
Where to go? Awesome. Tell me a little bit about Monarch for those that might not be familiar yet, because you are different than a lot of the ski areas in Colorado, particularly when it comes to snow.
Absolutely. We are 100% all natural. Yeah, we're very proud of that. Not having any man-made snowmaking systems, relying totally on natural snow, it creates just a different product. It's a lower moisture content product. It stays powdery and fluffier longer than if you mixed in some man-made snow. So we love that, and one of the reasons why we're able to do that is because of our location on the Continental Divide, but it's also because our base elevation is around 10,800 feet at our base. So we get snow up here, and when we do get it, we hold it because the temperatures usually remain cooler than some of the ski resorts that have lower base elevations.
If someone wants to check out the map of No Name Basin, maybe make some plans to head up there, look at lift tickets and all of that, how can they do so? What's the best way?
Yeah, to get all the information, you're going to want to head over to skimonarch.com. That's going to give you everything you need to know, from parking all the way to getting on the mountain. If you need lessons, rentals, you name it, what trails you want to tackle first. That information is all there. There's also our reservations phone number in there if you do want to talk to someone and just get a little bit more of a personalized experience, help cater to what your true needs are. So that's your best start.
Awesome. And that's one of the things that I think is great about Monarch is you do get this level of care due to the size that sometimes you don't get at some of the bigger places. It's one of my favorite places to go. Congrats on the new terrain. Congrats on a successful season. It is snowing outside. We've been showing the live cam there as we've been taping this interview. Chris, thanks for spending some time with me today here on Peaks2Plains Weather. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Keep doing those snow dances and send it our way.
Will do. Thank you, sir.